Detroit, stand courageous. It's your hour, your voice. I'm Keith Williams. Yeah, 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 yeah. Ooh, yeah. From the heart of the city, rising strong each day, we lift our voices up and won't be turned away. Truth in every story, hope in every line, walking boldly forward, your journey, your time. Stand courageous, hey. Stand tall, hey. We're called to rise, no fear at all. Together in the struggle, together in the song, with courage as our anthem, we all belong. This is courageous Detroit, with Keith Williams. Yeah. Find your voice, stand courageous, Detroit, with Keith Williams. Hey, 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 hey. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Welcome to What's Up in the D, the podcast, where Detroit speaks for itself. I'm your host with my co-host Keith Williams and Stephen Mohammed, bringing you truth, transparency, and real talk about what's happening in our city. Let's get into it. There's 3 things that happened this week.
Okay.
1, the transition. We're going to talk about that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
2, the Renaissance development.
Okay.
And 3, the I-375 reconfiguration.
Okay.
After the election, you know, the city's on fire.
Mm-hmm.
A young, brilliant mayor-elect, Mary Sheffield, and a lot of young folks around her. They want to bring their vision and this for what they think the future should be.
Mm-hmm.
And so, what's your feelings about the transition? And do you think they're on track to do something great for the city?
That's a good question. I think the transition is so very important, Keith, because for the last 12 years, we've had one mayor. And, you know, when you spend that much time with a person, you kind of get to know them. You know what's important to them. You know what's not important to them. Now we've got a whole new mayor-elect, Mary Sheffield. Congratulations to her. But, and I was having this conversation earlier today. We're going to have to understand what her priorities are, what's important to her, what's not important to her. So she's got a transition team going on, and they're going through plans to reach out to the community to get feedback so that she can create her policy and her agenda. It'll be real interesting, though. I think the more that they can have transparency with what they're doing and let the community know what they're doing, the better. Because if you get in a room and you design something, then you come out of the room and say, here. That doesn't give people an opportunity to put what they'd like to have in it. So I know that they're doing plans, and I'm sure that their approach is going to be to do an outreach to the community to get feedback from the community.
I have an old saying, out with the old and in with the new.
Okay.
At what cost?
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
I look at it like this.
Mm-hmm.
We had Mike Duggan since 2013.
Mm-hmm.
And all we heard was the comeback city.
Mm-hmm.
And then as his tenure was coming to a close, real talk started to come in. 17% poverty rate is rising. Still, neighborhoods still missing in the economic growth of the great comeback narrative. And so Mary came in, talked. She got now Mary-elect. Be respectful.
Right.
She came in, talked about all the things that she was going to do. Her experience. Now she's going to be tested. It's not like she's coming into a new space. She's already in that space. One from a legislative side, now she's becoming the boss. And so how she handled that, being honest, what happened in the past, and thinking about how she articulates her future, making sure that she goes back and do something for these neighborhoods.
Well, you know what, Keith? Here's the thing. And you've had construction projects before.
Right.
So you know when you get a house and what have you, and you start tearing out walls because you want to do this, that, and the third. When you tear out a wall, you're going to see some other things.
Right.
I think that she's at that point now where some components of the city administration that were not as apparent to her are going to start to be revealed to her. Right? So I really feel like we've got to give her an opportunity to understand what those things are and respond to them. I think there's going to be a lot of expectations on Mary, though. You know, Mayor Sheffield. And I would like to see her at least get the benefit of the doubt for some period of time as she's trying to get up to speed.
It's a normal pattern to depend on people that you know who've been around you.
Yeah, that's true.
And because that's a natural thing. Before you let somebody else in your house, you got to do vetting and all that other stuff.
Sure.
Street vetting and all this other stuff. But there are some people that wasn't with her visibly out there in the community with her when she was campaigning, but was working behind the scenes. And those are the people who can make her or break her.
I'm not going to dispute that at all.
Yes.
You know, there's a lot of layers to this thing going on and what have you. You know, and that's where, again, it's my hope that we give her the benefit of the doubt.
Yes.
You know? You got to give her a chance to get her hands in there and let her hands get wet. You can't judge her from day one on what's going on.
She got some challenges.
Sure.
She got supported by the previous mayor, the mayor. He's on his quest to be an independent governor. And that's going to be a testy situation.
It's funny the way you said that, independent governor. Go on.
so that's going to be testy.
Yeah.
Okay? But it's how she handled it and how she makes her infrastructure, the neighbors, the neighborhoods, and the people that support her feel comfortable.
Yes.
Her focus should be on the city. And I think she has the talent, the intellect, and the family history to get her to where she needs to go.
Sure.
And I respect her immensely. My thing is this. Hopefully that the city council get up to speed. Now that's a different dynamic in itself.
That's a whole different dynamic
now,
right now.
You got socialists on there.
Democratic
So
socialists.
you got Democratic socialists. You got wannabe capitalists. Okay. You got institutionalists. Okay. You got all that. One big,
It's almost like a stew.
a stew.
A big stew.
A big stew. And so she's got to. They're going to now. What should happen is the carry over for her being president of the city council.
Yeah.
And her relationship. Hopefully they can work in conjunction with one another to make sure that the city of Detroit is on the right track.
Well, you bring up an interesting point, Keith, and you know my experience with city council is chief of staff for Council President Emeritus Brenda Jones. City council right now is undergoing its own transition.
Yes.
It's got 2 new members.
Yes.
And it's also got a situation where they have to select a president and a pro tem. And then they've got to also select who's going to be the chair and members of these standing committees.
Yes.
So they're going through some tremendous negotiations themselves right now. So while a lot of the focus is on Mayor-elect Mary Sheffield and her transition team. You better put some focus and emphasis on city council as well, because those two entities that are going through the things that they're going through now are going to have to come together at a certain point for the benefit of this city.
If I was the mayor, my first thing is I will bring in all the block club presidents, all the community council presidents, and have a summit with them and ask them, how can they help me to make your life better? And then the legislative player part is the next piece of it, the policy part. And you bring all those gatherings together and be focused on that. Then you got this other layer is the robber barons, the robber barons that got their investment. They're gonna protect their investment, and I think she has the capabilities to make that work.
That's where, Keith, I agree with you. There are different layers to this thing.
Yes, different layer.
Right?
Yes.
You got your community layer.
Yes.
You have your business layer. You got, even though we don't have direct control over it, we have influence over the educational layer.
Yes.
You know, so Mayor Sheffield's going to have to.
I want to take a.
I poked you there, didn't I?
On the reparations committee.
Yeah.
And when you look through the report, they got a section on education.
You talking about that 550-page report?
Triple cycle.
I've started reading it.
Okay.
It's a lot of pages.
This is where I differ from the educational perspective. The educational perspective should lead to a workforce development perspective. We're not in there in the classroom to run the day-to-day operation of the classroom, but we're in there to make it better for the labor perspective of the educational process. That's what
and I understand what you're saying.
It's all about workforce development, training these kids for the future economics and development of the city. And that's where education plays the role in the process with the city.
That's fair, Keith, but the education has to be targeted. We got to understand what industry groups are going to work in the city, and then train people to be able to work in those industry groups.
But see, that's where the city and the Detroit Public School come together, and they figure this out of what's the economics of the future. And on my show,
stop right there. What's the economics of the future? Say that again.
For the economics of the future. On my show, Detroiter Speaks, on WCHB. We talked about this today.
Okay.
And we talked about how we come from
automotive manufacturing,
as a blue collar automotive perspective. Our growth came from that. Our housing, our lifestyle came from that. And then the car industry started changing from going from the big deuce and a quarter or the 98 with the V8 engine to a smaller, more efficient car. And by doing that, it became a more technology-driven car. And so our kids, if they don't get into that realm of technology and stuff, they're going to be left behind. And so when I was on, in 1990, Dennis Archer put me on the Workforce Development Board.
Sure.
So that's why I understand. Labor is the city's perspective. The educational perspective gets the kids ready for the labor perspective and the future perspective. When I was on there, I became chairman of the EAG, Education Advisory Group.
Okay.
I was representing career and technical education at DPS, and I was working with the city of Detroit. And we met to find out what was the career pathways to suit the economics of the future of the city.
And that's what we need, Keith, is a think tank where we start to take a look outside of the city of Detroit and see what's going on out there in the world. Here's an example. Ford Motor Company, in full disclosure, I'm a Ford retiree, right? They thought at one point that electric vehicles was going to be the next big thing.
Right.
So they literally went down and bought the train station, and they were going to put their entire electric vehicles team in that train
Right.
station.
What do they call the new word for that? The new platform is the word for they call the platform. I get it in my when I Google it up, but I get your point. What they was doing down at the train.
They thought that was going to work, but then they found out, wait a minute,
Right.
we don't have enough electric plugs in the country to launch this electric vehicle thing.
Right.
And then, on the other hand, the gasoline companies were like, wait, hold up, wait a minute. What you going to do with us?
Right.
And I was even, Keith, I drove an electric vehicle, right? And when I put my foot on the gas, it just went, I want to hear, because I come from cars, you
Right,
know.
right.
We come from Motor City.
Right.
Right? So there was a whole, I think, dynamic that was not considered. And they may have tried to take us over to electric vehicles, EVs, too fast. That's why hybrids, I think, are the big thing now.
Yeah. So, and I get it. And when we transition, that's just like a kid.
Mm-hmm.
We go through transition like then. Sometimes we rush a kid
Mm-hmm.
instead of letting him live his trajectory
Yeah.
in a way that the society fits that person in that little in that trajectory. All I'm saying to you is this: she's got a job on her hand.
Yes.
Stuff that she don't know right now that's going to be in that transition. The finances of the company, country, of the city,
Of the city.
the quality of life of the city. All that plays a major role on how she can manage the city, and she's going to need our help to get her over that hump.
Absolutely.
Yes.
So I'm happy to see that she's begun meeting and having discussions with the governor, Gretchen Whitmer, you know, because state revenue sharing is going to be an extremely important component. There's 4 revenue streams that the city has. There's state revenue sharing, there's income tax, there's property tax, and there's wagering tax.
Yes.
And I looked at the revenue estimating conference that was held back in September, the fall revenue estimating conference. And it appeared as though of those 4 streams, the only solid one that the city could depend on was wagering tax. And that was an
Could you
industry.
explain to the listener what is wagering tax?
So wagering tax is
Payroll
the
tax.
casinos.
Yes.
The casinos and online gambling and betting,
Yeah.
right?
Right.
And the city gets a certain percentage
yeah.
of that coming in. And that has probably been the last new industry that the city has had in years, right? So we get a certain income from that. You have people that work in the casinos, so they're able to give, you know, income tax. They may be able to go out and buy a home and what have you from the money that they make from working in the casinos. But what is the next big industry that we don't know about now? That's what Mary's going to have to figure out and bring into the city.
You know, I'm a guy always looking towards the future.
Yep.
future. I never thought I would be in the sports and entertainment business. Let's think about this.
Yes.
Winning teams have winning cities. Look what the Detroit sports infrastructure has done.
The Tigers came close.
Close. The Pistons is on its
The
way.
Pistons are on a roll, bruh.
The Lions.
The Lions are doing very well.
And the Red Wings are on their way back.
Red Wings on their way back.
Okay, so you estimate the economic input from that could be $2 to $3 billion. Now, we talk about scarcity, and we talk about how we close that gap for black people. The city's still.
I know where you're going with this.
The city's still 75%, 80% black,
Yes.
and we still are suffering. As I mentioned earlier,
Yes.
that the poverty rate is escalating.
Yes.
So we got to find new ways to bring revenue streams to feed our families. So I have an idea.
Okay.
As we build, as the Lions and Tigers and all of those do what they do, they done built their new infrastructures. They got new facilities. So they was preparing for the future.
Yes.
DPS has a chance if they can build new facilities. New facilities. Now, get me where I'm coming from.
Now they got a couple new facilities coming up, right?
Yes. Schools.
Schools. Fair. That's a fair point.
Schools.
Yep. Cody and Pershing.
Back in 1960, the mayor it was not Cobo, it was
1960. Would that have been Kavanaugh?
it was the one that went to jail.
Mariani.
Mariani sent a committee to bring the Olympics to Detroit. And I'm gonna pull it up, and they showed the rendering of it, and it was gonna be at the State Fair.
Oh yeah, I remember that. I
State
remember
Fair.
that. They were going to build a whole Olympic community.
Right?
Yeah.
Now, I'm in this business. Mary and Dr. Beatty should come up with a plan to build a arena for high school sports. Funded a brand new track and field.
Because we saw what happened with the Cass King game. They had to put that over at
Wayne
Ford
State.
Field.
Yes.
It was at Wayne State
State.
first, and the Wayne State footprint couldn't handle the size of
Yes.
it, right?
They should find some land and build a facility where we can bring the Courageous Games, have the Courageous Games, something that my signature game,
Yep.
and bring it to that facility.
Well, hold on. Now they're building the soccer stadium
But
over
see,
in the
hold on.
old Southwest
Hold on,
Detroit
hold on.
footprint, right?
Hold on. They could build a soccer stadium, but they can't build, they got PAL over there.
Yes.
But we need something, for example, my games work because I'm in a footprint like Wayne State.
Okay.
Now look what's happening at Wayne State. They redoing the track.
Okay.
They redoing the infrastructure.
Yes.
Okay. What now? I gotta find a space to do my event. So I'm going to King. King lacks what? Parking.
Yes.
Okay. It's down the heart of the city, as my
It is.
opening statement says.
Yeah.
In the heart of the city.
It's a little tight pack.
Yeah, little tight pack.
Yeah.
And I usually get on a Sunday with the track meet about 10,000 people.
Wow. Wow.
Contestants and all that stuff. It's growing. So we're missing Olympic style like they was getting ready to do in the 1960s for youth sports. That's a revenue stream because you gotta have vendoring, gate, okay, all those things, sponsorships, all those things is another revenue stream. And then on top of it, you give it, then you will create a workforce development perspective from that. Have a dual enrollment with
Because
Wayne
there are associated industry groups that
right.
support that.
Yeah, then you got Wayne County Community College.
Yep.
You can get a dual enrollment. Have dual enrollment.
I love
with
Wayne
a-
County Community
with
College.
with the sports and entertainment curriculum. Then you set up these internships with all the four leading big dogs, Lions, Tigers, and Pistons. Okay? Now you got the kids learning about the industry.
Yeah.
Then doing this when
Because there are more jobs, Keith, to it than just being a player.
yes.
There are coaches.
There's sportsmen,
all kinds of
all
stuff.
that, all
Yes.
those workforce development skill sets.
Keeping that in house. That's
Keeping that
that's
in
an
house.
interesting thought.
Okay, so that cuts on crime. It gives a kid a chance to run
A healthy outlet.
a healthy outlet,
Yeah.
and more importantly, we're connecting it to the future because sports is going to always be around. From the day we started till we come into this world until the day we leave, there's going to be sports arenas, football, basketball, and all of that.
So
stuff.
basically, what you're saying is a vibrant industry might be right under our nose right now, and we don't even see it.
And we're so used to the normal General Motors emblems and Ford Motor emblems and those things like that. But there's some emblems that's right in our eyes, waiting to be put out there.
I think we're getting a signal from our team there. We got to hold up. Wait a minute. Commercial break. He was gone. Absolute.
And the next question, do we have the leadership to bring that together?
Carrie. She's got the books, she got the smarts, she get the men.
You one of them new school cats. You be in the spa, getting your feet done, taking pics.
Did I not mean anything to you?
All I could think about is you.
Everyone has a price.
And everything has a cost.
Let's just toast
to the unexpected Christmas.
Unexpected Christmas.
Welcome to Car Breakdowns 101. I'm your Professor Ice-T. If your car is out of warranty, a car breakdown could eat you alive. Look at that car. The transmission alone could cost you $3,000. And that engine? How much do you love your kidneys? Don't even get me started on the computer system. That's a small fortune. Do what I did and call CarShield. They get expensive car repairs taken care of so you don't have to. Class dismissed.
Call 800-460-3829.
The world is a big place, let's go see it. With 3 pickup spots across Detroit, at Big City Bus Tours, veterans get 10% off, and you can literally pay with Cash App on the bus. How convenient is that? We're Big City Bus Tours, and we make travel easy. Whether you need to get to Cedar Point, Toledo on Tuesdays for just $85 round trip, or even Metro Airport, we've got pickup locations that work for you. Eastside location at 6 Mile and Row at 8 a.m. Westside location meets us at Home Depot on Myers at 8:30. And if you're near Michigan Avenue, we'll grab you at Livernois at 9 a.m. No cash, no problem. We take credit, debit, and yes, Cash App right there on the spot. Plus, every ride comes with free refreshments because we actually care about your comfort. Seniors over 65 save money too. Stop stressing about gas, parking, and all that driving nonsense. Let us handle the road while you handle the fun. Book now at BigCityBus.com or just scan to pay with Cash App. BigCityBus.com, the world.
I'm Wayne County Treasurer Eric Sabri. For more information on how to pay delinquent property taxes, visit our website, treasurer.waynecounty.com, or call us at 313-224-5990. We're here to help.
A lot of subjects, and we was talking about hidden industry that we may miss because we're so focused on the
automotive
manufacturing and the traditional markets. And sports is an emerging market, and it's a big multi-million-dollar business from the Super Bowl and all this other stuff. Back in 1960, the former of the city and the mayor went to bid on bringing the Olympics to Detroit in 1960 at State Fair. And I'm wondering, can we do that in this current configuration, or do we have the vision, to do something like that?
You know, that's a good question. And based on some of the information that you shared about your Courageous Games and having a crowd of 10,000 people, you know, that the revenue that can be generated from a crowd of 10,000 people is just, it's huge. It's like taking a rock and throwing it into the water and just having those concentric circles that emanate from that.
Right.
I wonder how much of that we really need to take a look at.
Right.
And another industry group that we got to talk about too is AI.
Yes.
What is Detroit's ability to impact AI?
That affects our educational system.
Yes.
In that, you got Wayne State, you got Wayne County Community College, you got Detroit Public Schools. It's got to be a coordination, man, to get our kids and our families prepared for AI. Okay, but you know, it also takes leadership, a leader with a vision.
That's true.
And I think, in my heart to heart, I think since Mary is in that youth age of her life, is blessed and prepared to take us in that direction.
I definitely want to see that because I think it's going to be critical over these next few years, 2, 3, 4 years, of what our direction is going to go. She's going to have a 4-year term to be able to bring her thought, her strategy, her power, her abilities into the city. Question is 4 years enough time to make change? That's a good question. We got to consider.
Well, she's been there 12 years. She
As
has
a councilman,
as a council person.
4 years as council president.
Yes, and she was 4 years as council president. She had to know there's some plans out there with the man Mike and his administration had discussed with them, and hopefully those things will benefit. The citizens will benefit from those plans, and those plans, and see how we grow our economy from those plans.
So Brenda Jones used to have a saying. She was the mayor proposes, council disposes.
Right.
So the mayor puts a thing on the table, council says, yeah, we're going to do it, yes or no. But after that happens, the mayor has to take whatever council says yes or no to and make it a reality in the city.
And our county commissioner is
So
the same thing. Same
right.
thing. But we got to have legislators with visions too. So as we segue,
So it's a partnership
it's a
that has to occur. Yeah.
And then the third rail, the third space is the community
Yes.
in itself.
Yes.
As we give, these next 10 minutes, I wanted to go back to what in my early opening.
Okay.
We got General Motor, we got the Renaissance Center, we got I-375, 375 reconfiguration, and in Lansing, they creating a tax program that's going to benefit businesses. My question is black folks going to benefit from that?
Isn't that a very good question? When they originally convened the I-375 process, I was going to those initial meetings, right? And they were talking about all these things that they were going to do to bring I-375 up to ground level.
Right.
And they had all these diagrams and drawings and what have you. And the grassy parts of the project, they just left them as open grass.
Right.
And I'm like, come on. You're going to put buildings in there. It's going to be businesses and things like that.
Yeah.
So how much of that is going to be, are black folks going to have an opportunity to get involved in and engaged in?
Think about that, the I-375 project.
Yeah. Because you uprooted our community.
Yeah, you uprooted our community.
To put that in there.
Used under the auspice of urban renewal.
Urban renewal. Right.
Okay, where the Lions is now built and operating, that was Paradise Valley. So shouldn't we get a percentage of the gate receipts for the pain that you put us through?
Now you're starting to talk about something that your reparations committee just came with a 500-plus page report. And I haven't read it, so I can't really speak fully on everything that they're
We should be
proposing.
paid for what they did to us from a historical standpoint and a current standpoint. Because they are benefiting. If you look at downtown Detroit, how many black merchants do you have down there? How many black bars do you have down there? And who's benefiting from all this economic and sports activity?
And Keith, you can take that even a step further. I remember one time years ago, I was in my mother's house over on the west side, and I went up in the attic. And older folks, they keep everything in the attic.
Right.
Right? She had a trunk there.
Right.
And I went in the trunk and I actually found the deed to the house.
Right.
And there was a restrictive covenant right there in the deed that says this house should not be sold to Negroes.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So the Jewish people that had those properties, and you'll see a lot of the churches nowadays, I think even your church was a former synagogue, right?
Right.
So folks had to pay triple the value of properties just to be able to get in there. How do we get parity for that? If you had to pay triple for your house, if you had to pay triple for your church, how do we get parity there?
You know what really hurt us back in those days? Appraisal values. Our houses was appraised less than the folks who was in Powell's properties.
Well, now you're getting into a real gray area here on the appraisal piece.
Yes. Appraisal values is the one that dictate value.
Yes.
Okay? And our houses was appraised 50 or 60% lower than my white counterparts' houses were. Okay?
To the point where they had to build a wall.
Yeah, build a wall in Birdwood.
Out on 8 Mile, Birdwood.
To go get the loans because they said that from their perspective, white people had more potential to pay off their loans than black folks did. But
And
they didn't
black
realize
people were too close, so we have to partition this.
partition this.
Wall
And that's
is
what
still
black
there.
folks went through. So when I look at these big deals, I asked one simple question. If Detroit can't find money for billion-dollar projects, why can't Detroit find money for black families, black homeowners, and black entrepreneurs? We need policies that grow Detroit with the people, not around the people.
One thing's for sure, Keith, and this is something that we've got to consider. When a group photo is taken,
Right.
and you know you were in the group, when you see that photo, who's the first person you look for? Yourself.
Yes.
You want to see how were you
Yes,
smiling? Were your eyes open or
Right.
closed?
Or even a quote in the
Right.
paper. You always want to see if you was quoted.
If you were quoted.
Yes.
And that's where I think the new administration is going to have to help legacy Detroiters to see where they fit in the picture. Some of these black businesses that have been around for years are going to have to be brought up to the surface
Right.
and given some of the same opportunities that they give some of the other businesses.
Motor City Match can't just be from one perspective. Motor City Match has really got to grow the perspective, grow businesses.
So we don't even know if Motor City Match is going to continue,
Continue, right.
right?
Right, right.
$500,000 a quarter
Yes,
going to businesses to give them kind of like a jump start.
right. To me, I need help, but my thing is stay out of my way and let me do what I do.
Oh, now you're talking James Brown.
Yeah.
I don't want nobody to give me nothing. Open up the door, I'll get it myself. Okay.
And that's what the policy should be. I don't want nobody to give me nothing. Open up the door and I can get it myself. And that should be our theme. But guess what? We want the same treatment as the Renaissance Center is about to get. We want the same benefits when I-375 be reconfigured. We want a percentage of that growth. You know, we should, every big deal now in Detroit, the citizens should get a percentage of our pay down on the reparation plan that we're about to implement or bring to the table.
There's only one way we're going to be able to get that, Keith. And it's not going to be taking off your courageous hat
Right.
and pulling it out and asking somebody to put some money in it.
Right.
It's going to be our unity.
Yes.
If we unify ourselves and folks know that they're going to have to go through us to get things done, I mean, all of the projects that you mentioned are public funds.
Yes. Yes.
We give tax breaks, which is like putting our money in the deal.
Yes.
So, okay, what do we get out of that? We have a community benefits process.
And then when I say we want our tariff,
Oh, there you go. Okay.
I want my
President
tariff.
Trump,
Hey, I want my tariff.
you want to put a Detroit tax on it?
Yeah, I want to put a tariff on that growth. We want a reparation tariff.
Ooh.
Okay?
Well, you better be careful what you say, bro.
Hey, now we can put it under the auspices of we want an economic growth tariff for the citizens who've been left out of the prosperity of others.
Now that's a rough conversation to have, brother. But I think you're absolutely right. It does. If we're going to be honest about reparations and stop playing games with it, at a certain point, you're going to have a filter that says, okay, for what you want to do in Detroit, you're going to have to go through this filter. And part of those funds have to be placed over here and redistributed to the people who have been hurt
by it the most
for generations.
And so I want to put the word in succinct.
Okay.
I want a prosperity tariff for the pain that poverty has caused our people.
Okay.
Why should General Motors, why should all this new economic development that's right in we see in downtown, they got a permanent prosperity tariff, and we're just asking for a little tariff to pay back
Yeah,
for building
I understand what you're saying.
For building this infrastructure that y'all benefiting from.
So I look at like a Rainbow Push Coalition,
Yes.
right? And years ago, Jesse Jackson got some people together and they said, look, automotive companies, you have not been fair to black people.
Right.
So you're going to need to create some opportunities for blacks to get in higher level positions than just working on the line. You're going to have to create some scholarships for our children to be able to go to school and learn a higher level of skill than what they're learning at the moment. And they were able to really create careers, create opportunities for folks. We've got to mirror that type of activity in the modern times.
Well, we need to go back to the days when we were fighting for existence, when we created our own institutions, educated our children out of our own institutions, grew our business out of our own institutions. We need to bring back the W. Du Bois, Booker T. Washington, and bring a new version of that mentality into the 21st century. That we cannot wait for them to do for self. We need to do for self. And we cannot wait for them to build our prosperity when everybody else in our community is building their prosperity off of us. We got to rethink our vision, what is right for black folks, and how we treat black folks, and how we live together to build a community that's going to lift our people up.
So Keith, while some folks say that we need to sit back and watch what's going on over there and have our popcorn and just watch what they are doing, that's not what we need to be doing. We need to be doing our own thing.
Stuff. Just like here at Courageous, at Soul Village.
Yes.
We got outdoor entertainment.
Yes.
We're getting ready to buy a food truck. We got our media. It's called CDN.
Folks, this is the shameless promotion of Courageous and Soul Village here.
Yes.
But I support it, man, because you got a great footprint out there.
Yeah. Hey, we look at CNN every day. We call ourselves CDN, Courageous Detroit Network. You know, we are the future BET on a local level. And so our doors of our church is open. Okay. If you want to invest, you can. It's opportunities.
So
here.
one thing you got going on, if you want to invest in this, you can come and invest. Okay. What else you got going on?
What else we got going on? We're going to enlighten you and keep you informed about the things and activities that's in the city of Detroit. We're not scared to report. We're not scared to talk. But we are about bringing us together.
So if folks have a perspective that they want to share to the open community, you got a platform.
Got a platform for it.
Where folks can come in and do a podcast like what we're doing.
Yes, but more important today, I was listening to this. Donald Trump got the biggest propaganda machine in the history of this country. He got podcasters, they're all on one page, talking about their prosperity and talking about how everybody else is affecting their prosperity.
Folks talk about Donald Trump, but one thing he has shown everybody is the power of the presidency. When you do it right.
And the positive and the power of media.
Yeah. You got one other thing though in your back pocket here, Keith, that we gotta mention, and that is opportunities here, like for youth to come in and learn this broadcast process,
Yes.
get some of these jobs that you
right.
have going on.
Yes.
There's you got all kinds of opportunities here for folks.
You know, the Bible said, without vision, people perish. My son saw these buildings in 2009. And I told my son I wasn't going to mess with him no more. And guess what happened? It brought prosperity.
He went and got them, and
And it opened up other avenues for other people to prosper. And that's why I'm so tired in the city of Detroit, everybody getting rich off Detroit but us. Every demographics is getting rich, from the retail, the liquor stores, to the roofing, to the construction, until the nails and the hair. Everybody else is $8 billion is leaving our community on an annual basis. And what do we do? What are we getting out of it? Zero to none.
So Keith, if folks want to cycle the money back into our community and get involved in Courageous, why don't you tell them there on camera, how do they get in touch with you?
They can call me at 313-215-4121 because Keith Williams is not scared.
Wait a minute, Keith, ain't that your personal number, brother?
I'm giving my personal number.
Okay.
I'm not scared.
You're not scared. I give you that.
Hey, you know, I keep my head up high. And my father had a saying, nobody's better than you.
And then what's your, you got a website that people can go to see what's going on?
What's that website in, Wendy?
www.courageousdetroitradiostation.com.
There you go.
And the good thing about us, we got demographics, we got analytics, and we can tell you how your money's being spent here, but we don't play, and we trying to get our message out. And then there's another thing. We're not in competition with nobody.
Right.
We just found our space, and we're going to do well by our space.
So people can invest in Courageous,
Yes.
help it to grow,
Yes.
and get some type of return on their investment.
Right.
They can come and do a podcast if they have a particular idea or something like that they want to express to the community.
Yes.
They can come and do that.
Right.
And then if you're some young folks who want to understand broadcasting and get involved in that, work the boards over there with Miss Wendy and things like that, they can do that.
And then another thing.
Tell me.
Starting Monday, we formed a Courageous Publishing Company.
Oh, okay.
We're going to be in the publishing business.
Okay.
So we are full circle.
So if you're an author and you want to get your book published,
you can come to Courageous Publishing Company.
Wow. Okay.
We're in partnership with a company out of Chicago that published my first book on Amazon.
Okay.
We're going to show you how to self-publish and all that other stuff.
So folks, if you've got some type of creative competency, skills, or interest, you better come to Courageous.
Yes. Everybody think I'm a rabble rouser.
You are a rabble rouser. But
all I can say,
this
God
is some
be the
good
glory.
rabble to rouse.
God be the glory. Because, hey, I walk through the valleys of the shadows of death. I fear no evil.
I got Miss Wendy over there just laughing.
And what he say? Thou art with me.
That's right.
And then when you're doing good, he said, goodness and mercy will be with you all the days of your life. And that's what I'm about. Sharing, caring, and trying to help somebody else get to the next level of their journey.
Sure.
That's what our responsibility is.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why I'm gonna hold people accountable when you don't do right by my people. And that's what the Courageous Detroit Radio, Courageous Detroit Network is all about. Holding those folks accountable who've been given much.
Yes.
And who's not sharing much.
That's great.
God bless.
God bless.
Yeah, Lord. Just put your hands together. Come on. Just put them together. Just put them together. Oh, put them together. Put your hands together. Yes, sir. Let go. share this Christmas time.
We ask that you would bless the hands that prepare the food. And even as we go forward, just allow us to be able to take the love that we feel here in this season and take it to someone that may be in need. And we ask all these things in Jesus' name we pray. Thank God. Amen.
You had on your list, but nothing's possible without him. You looking real good in your outfit. Family all here, let's take a group pic. Food smelling good, I know it's gon' hit. And everybody smiling, I love it. Yeah. Thank God that we made. Almost through another 12, about to see another year. Thank God that we made it. And we shed a few tears, but we still here. Let's go. I got a gift that's greater that money could never buy. And I got a gift that's greater that I share at Christmas time with you. That I share at Christmas time with you. That I share this Christmas time. I got a gift that's greater. I got a gift that's greater. I got a gift that's greater. And that is my Lord and Savior. I got a gift that's greater. I got a gift that's greater. I got a gift that's greater. And that is my Lord and Savior. I've got a gift that's greater that money could never buy. And I got a gift that's greater, yeah. I share at Christmas time with you. I share with you. Yeah, Lord.
Dad, can I open up my gifts now?
Yeah, son, you can open up your gifts now.
Thanks, Dad.
But always remember, God gave us the greatest gift of all, our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ.